Hey everybody, happy Homebrew Wednesday. It's Brad here at Wild Boys Brewery, Puka NC. What I got going on today is I'm finally brewing some more beer again. Getting a new brew going. I'm actually not brewing this one for myself. I'm brewing this one for one of my co-workers. They're wanting it for a Halloween party and they've never had homebrew, and so I'm brewing them a pale ale. So what I got going on today is the pale ale for my co-worker, and her name is Sparkle. So we're calling this Sparkle's Pale Ale. So what I got going on here is I'm just going to read this to you. The grain bill, we're using Canadian malting 2-row, or Canada malting Canadian 2-row. It's 12 pounds of that. Caristan, which is Crystal 34, we're using 1 pound of that. And then we're using 8 ounces of Carapils for head retention. And that's it. So 13.5 pounds for the grain bill. And then for the hops, what we're using is Crystal, Comet, and Galaxy. And I wanted to make this one kind of fruity and mild. So we're only doing 1 ounce of Crystal at 60. And then I split up the second ounce of Comet in 3 different drops. So we're going to do a 1/4 ounce at 30, a 1/2 ounce at 15, and a 1/4 ounce at 5. And then we're going to whirlpool for 20 minutes at flame out with another ounce of Comet and an ounce of Galaxy. And that's it. And that's everything. Originally I was going to use American L2 1275, but I forgot to pick up some DME at the homebrew store. I thought I had some, and then when I got home and started looking at it on Sunday when I was going to start it yesterday, today's Monday, I was out of DME. So I had a pack of SO4, and it's not going to be the same as the 1272, but it's English ale yeast, dry, so it should be pretty nice. It'll should have a few more esters, make it a little softer, probably, since they're not hop heads, and they've never even had homebrew. So basically the 04 will do a perfect job and save me from having to run to the store, do a starter today and brew tomorrow, because I'm off on Monday and Tuesday, so I like to be here to watch the fermenters in case I have some kind of issue with it. I'm here to deal with it. I don't come home to a big mess. So we're going to use the SO4, and I'll just flip this around here, and here is the SO4, and then there's the ounce of Crystal, and 2 ounces of Comet, and 1 ounce of Galaxy. And these are high alpha acid hops except for the Crystal, which I'm using for the bittering. But all these are going in either middle of the boil or late. And this is only getting a 1/4 ounce in the middle of the boil, and then everything else is late. And then over here is the grains. So 13.5 pounds of grains. Got 3 gallons of sparge water in that. I'm just waiting on a kettle to free up. See, we're at 165, waiting on it to hit. It's supposed to be 176, but I always go over a little bit, and then I can preheat the mash tun, which is over here with sanitizer in it. And then the hose is in there, and then I'll sanitize everything here real good. And then we'll preheat the mash tun, and then we will dough in. I'll be back when I got something else to show you. Alright, we are doughed in, and I got it to about 152.5 where it's showing that in various different places. 152.5 there. $152, 5 and 6. So we'll put 60 minutes on the timer here. Shut the lid. And start our mash. And we'll be back in an hour to start doing the raising it up to 168. Let it sit for 15 minutes, then we'll start sparging out. Okay, here is the 6th liter of the Vorloff. I've already did, these are 2 liter pitcher, and I've already did 2 of them, so this is the 3rd one, so I'll do 6 liters. And you can see the color. It's running nice and clear. It's got a really nice color to it. Really good smell. Let's pour that baby out. Let it drain, and once the grain bed's already set, so basically now we just collect the wort, and got my sparge water up here in this bucket. I fly sparge instead of batch sparging, so once the grain bed gets down a little bit, I'll turn that water on. There's 3 gallons in there of 182 degree water. Time it filters through this and gets through the grain bed, it'll get pretty close to where it needs to be, of about 168 or so. You'll lose a lot of temperature with it running out here, and then where it's in that plastic bucket, it'll sit there and drop temperature too. And you can see there's the clarity, looks really nice. And then I'll just collect it here in the pot for a little while till the grain bed sets, and then once that gets emptied out, then I'll pour what's in the pot in that so I can measure how much wort I've collected. My pot doesn't have marks on it, and that's just the way I've always done it. I'll collect 7 gallons of wort and then boil it down to 6 during the hour-long boil. But that's pretty much it. We're collecting our wort right now. Looks good, smells good, and then I'll come back when I start getting ready to do some hop drops. Now you can see my fly sparging contraption in action. Got the hose coming off the spigot in the front running down into the pan, and then you can see it fills the pan up a little bit in the bottom, and it pretty much drips down through each one of the holes. And you can see it's above the grain bed but not touching the bottom of the pan. Then it comes out the hose and into the boil kettle. Cheap, simple, and easy. And most importantly, it works. Okay, I've collected a little over 7 gallons. It's probably like 7.1, 7.2 gallons. And we're at 177 after I've added them all together. Okay, I just opened up this Comet and weighed them out, and these things smell great. They have this awesome spicy tropical fruit smell to them, which is what I was kind of going for with the tropical fruit on this one. So we got our 60 drop here, which is the crystal, and then we've got a 7 gram drop, 1/4 ounce of Comet at 30, and then there is a 14 gram or 1/2 ounce drop at 15, and then there's another 7 gram or 1/2 ounce or 1/4 gram, and then there's another 7 gram or 1/4 ounce drop of Comet at 5. And then at flame out, we're going to whirlpool 1 ounce each of Galaxy and Comet. And that's it. Alright, here is a 8 gallon pot with 7 1/4 gallons in it hitting hot break. Got some volcano action going on, so we're going to let this thing calm down just a bit. And once the hot break passes, we'll start doing our hop drops. Looking good. Alright, I got past my hot break, and we're going to do a crystal drop, the whole ounce. And this is the first time I've used crystal, and these things smell great. They're low alpha and beta, and they have a real nice kind of pineapple smell to them almost, with a little bit of spicy hop character. I think they're going to make a real nice pale ale. And there's the 1 ounce of crystal. And we will stir this baby in, and it should start smelling pretty right here in just a minute in here. And you can see the green particles breaking down on the top there. You always want to make sure you stir it in real good so it don't just wind up sticking on the side of the pot. And you can see they'll get on the edge of your spoon there too, so you can kind of get them off of that. And that is that. That is the bittering drop. Go ahead and start the timer for 30 minutes. And then we will start doing our Comet drop. Alright, it's time for the 30-minute edition of Comet. And that was 7 grams or a quarter ounce. Give it a stir. Alright. And then start the timer again for 15 minutes. So when it gets to 45 minutes into the boil, I can do my 15-minute drop, and then we'll have a couple more after that, and then we'll be done, and we'll whirlpool and cool it off. Actually, I guess I need to watch this thing, because at 20 minutes I need to do my Whirlfloc and yeast nutrients. So I'm not going to show that because I also have to put my wort chiller in there too, so I'm going to have my hands full doing that. So when we come back, the wort chiller will be in there, and I will have already done my Whirlfloc and yeast nutrient drop. Actually, I told you wrong a minute ago. I'm going ahead and put my wort chiller in at 20 minutes, but I won't do my Whirlfloc and my yeast nutrient until the last 10. So I've got a 15-minute drop left. Then that's the yeast nutrient and Whirlfloc for 10. Then a 5-minute Comet. That's ½ ounce, 1 tablet and a quarter teaspoon. Then that is quarter ounce, and then it'll be an ounce of each of Galaxy and Comet. 20 minutes Whirlpool. Now we're getting ready to do our 15-minute drop of Comet, which is ½ ounce, 14 grams. Got 30 some seconds left on the timer here. So once that goes off, we will do the drop, and then in 5 minutes do the Whirlfloc and yeast nutrient, and then at flame out do the 2 ounces, 1 ounce of Galaxy, 1 ounce of Comet. So we've got 10 seconds left. That's close enough. That. Give it a stir. And this thing is smelling wonderful. I've never used Crystal or Comet, but I will be using them again. So reset the timer. Got 15 minutes left, and I'll just have to watch it. So at 10 till, I'll do my drops for my yeast nutrient, Whirlfloc, and then flame out, do the other 2 hot drops, and then whirlpool it for 20 minutes. And then chill it out, put it in the fermenter, pitch the yeast, and let it go for 3 weeks. And that was 7 grams or a quarter ounce. Alright, just did my 5-minute drop, and we got about 5 more minutes, and then we'll cut the heat off and then do our 1 ounce each of Galaxy and Comet, and then whirlpool that for 20 and be done. Alright, we're at flame out, and here's the 2 ounces, 1 of Galaxy, 1 of Comet. Damn, it smells good. And we're going to dump it in. And give it a stir. And basically, unless you've got a sparge arm and a recirculating pump, the way I whirlpool is basically just stir it with your kettle spoon, and you don't have to stir it the whole 20 minutes, but you know, alright, I'm gonna start the time at 20 minutes here, and basically just every, you know, 4 or 5 minutes you go over here and give it a couple of stirs, and basically want to keep the hops moving around, and that puts a real nice hop aroma and flavor in there, but it doesn't impart very much bitterness. And if you've used, like where I use Crystal at 60 and then Comet all the way throughout at like 30, 15, and 5, when you whirlpool with the same hop that you mostly use throughout, then it really sets the flavor of that hop in the beer. And this whirlpooling is a great way to get a lot of that flavor. It's almost like dry hopping, except for you're doing it hot. And then if you dry hop on top of it, you'll lock even more of that flavor in. But I'm not dry hopping this beer, I'm just doing the whirlpool. So I got that stirred in good, and get the hot particles off the spoon here. And then I'll give this a stir every so often for the next 20 minutes. And then I'll be putting the wort chiller on and cooling it down, checking the gravity and see what my efficiency was. And this is a problem I ran into earlier this summer when I was brewing, was the water coming out of the tap will only get down to so cold. And then if you're using a submersion wort chiller, you're never going to get your wort down to 70 degrees, 68, 70 degrees. And I basically got it down to about 80 with the tap water, then it just kind of stopped. So I ran out to the gas station and got a bag of ice. I got a 10-gallon tote, and I took the pump out of my Mark II keg cleaner, and then I bought a adapter to put on it. You can see right there. So I got the hose hooked to it, and then it hooks to the adapter where it hooks to the sink, and it hooks on this instead. But now I'm just recirculating ice water through my wort chiller, and it's dropping down really good now, so I can get it down to 70 without no problem. Alright, there's the color on Sparkles Pale Ale, and I wound up hitting a 1061 on the numbers, which is about 78% efficiency, so I'm pretty happy with that. And here we are about next morning at 8 o'clock. It's been about, I guess about 12 hours or something. Got some bubblage, and got some real nice hop smells coming out of the little jug here. You can smell the Comet and Crystal and Galaxy hop aroma coming out of that thing, along with that SO4 yeast smells. But that is, start to finish, the Brewday for Sparkles Pale Ale. So that's going to wrap up this Brewday. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I will see you again next week sometime. I'm going to be brewing the Ryan's R&R clone recipe for the coconut IPA, and I'm going to tweak that recipe. And if anybody wants to check out any of my recipes, go on to brewtoad.com and look under the username PukaNC, and I've got most of my stuff posted up there. And then I can put links for like today's Brewday. I'll put the link to the recipe on Brewtoad down in the more info section. So I'll see you guys later. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.